Good morning. This is Kim Reads Urantia. Hey, how you doing today? Okay, so we're going to read from the Urantia book. First, we're going to read from Light the Flame, Andrew Harvey. Okay, and this is September 9th. This is by happy birthday, Andy. This is your birthday. Happy birthday, darling. Okay, so this is by George Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff is really one of the most fascinating personalities. He had some really remarkable things to say. He's classified as a philosopher. He was Russian. He lived from 1866 to 1949. Yeah, and I don't know. Crazy guy. Had a pool of thought that was really interesting. I don't know. I let you research that. Here's interesting quote here. A man will renounce any pleasures you like, but he will not give up his suffering. Totally get it. So on with that. This is interesting too. A sin is something which is not necessary. So that implies that anything you do that's not necessary is a sin. I'm not down with that at all. So that anything that only necessary thoughts and actions are pure of sin. That's what I'm getting from that. Anyway, okay, I'm going to read this here. Lord Creator and all you his assistants, help us to be able to remember ourselves at all times in order that we may avoid involuntary actions, as only through them can evil manifest itself. So evil manifests through involuntary actions. And I will say, I will be like on board with that. It's true. But sin is deliberate, as it's defined in the Urantia book. So there is evil that's not deliberate. So he's like always on the watch for sin. But there's kind of a twisting of your mind that comes when you're always on the lookout for sin. It's like, so I'm totally on board with living deliberately and guarding against that which is involuntary. So right. But if you make an obsession or over focus on, you know what I mean? That's going to lead to its own kind of sickness. So the key always is in balance and letting stuff go, letting the flow of life come through you. But if you're always on guard thinking, is that my intention? Was that my intention? Did I mean to say that? Oh, no, I didn't mean to say that. I should have said it something else. Okay, so then you get to be like almost like a pedantic grammarian, making sure everything. No, you are a human in this existence. So you have to let things go and just kind of flow with it. You're going to make mistakes. You shouldn't trying to be perfectionistic. This is another way of overkill, right? So yeah, although the idea is pure, it's a wonderful idea. Avoid involuntary actions, live deliberately, make your choices, create purposefully, right? That's what life is about. But, you know, let it go. Let it go, though, too. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I'm having a cup of coffee. Okay. Urantia book. Paper 18. Paper 18. So this is the Supreme Trinity personality. So this is all these ones that have to do with the days. Okay. So somehow I can't help but think that these are associated with time, although they are trinitized beings, which makes them a little bit okay. Then the supreme spirit groups that we talked about in the last paper are some of them. The first three were children of the Trinity, but then the last four were created by the infinite spirit alone. Right. So this has to do with communication. These Supreme Trinity personalities have to do more with judgment, kind of evaluation of the status. Okay, so how does this rate? How are they doing on this or that planet with regard to this and this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Supreme Trinity personalities are all created for specific service. They are designed by the Divine Trinity for the fulfillment of certain specific duties, and they are qualified to serve with perfection of technique and finality of devotion. There are 7 orders of the Supreme Trinity personalities. 1, the Trinitized secrets of supremacy. Okay, you know what? I want to take a break here and just point out that here, supreme here, we're talking, that's automatically associated with the supreme being, with evolutionary progress, with progress of creating perfection. Okay, that's the idea of supreme. Last time we talked about the 7 supreme spirit groups. Again, that was largely associated with the supreme, right, creating the supreme spirit groups. Okay. Because the God, the supreme, is the emerging God, right? Okay, so we're going to keep going here. So we got group 2 is the eternals of days. Okay, so again here, so these are the first beings that they see eternals of days. So an eternal day is like what? Groundhog Day over and over again. So I don't think they experience time. I think they can use time. Okay. 3 ancients of days. Now those experience time. Those are the first beings that are in time. 4 perfections of days. 5 recents of days. 6 unions of days. And 7 faithfuls of days. These beings of administrative perfection are of definite and final numbers. So there's only so many of them created. They created this batch, no more, done, no more of those. right? No more. Their creation is a past event. No more are being personalized. Throughout the grand universe, these supreme Trinity personalities represent the administrative policies of the Paradise Trinity. They represent the justice and are the executive judgment of the Paradise Trinity. So these are the executive judgment. Now it's a different thing to say they represent the executive judgment, or they deliver the executive judgment to the Paradise Trinity. But they are the executive judgment of the Paradise Trinity. How bizarre. Language. So in this way, they are infallible, right? They form an interrelated line of administrative perfection, extending from the paradise spheres of the Father to the headquarters worlds of the local universes and to the capitals of their component constellations. All Trinity origin beings are created in paradise perfection in all their divine attributes. Only in the realms of experience has the passing of time added to their equipment for cosmic service. There is never any danger of default or risk of rebellion with Trinity origin beings. They are of divinity essence, and they have never been known to depart from the divine and perfect path of personality conduct. So these are perfect. They're born perfect. They are exquisitely divine. There's no rebellion that they were associated with them. They just don't do that. Okay. So they are the executive judgment of the Paradise Trinity. So their existence just embodies the judgment of the Trinity. So they can't make a mistake with that. Yeah. Would that constitute, would they have free will then? I think sort of, kind of. See, there's this feedback loop of they have free will, but their will is always and uniquely to do the will of the Paradise Trinity. So the Trinity grants them free will, and the free will is continually devoted to serving the Trinity in the best way. So there's no deviation. So it's a tight little loop there. See? So yeah, so it's like a feedback loop. Only when you get further out here, like the like they grant us free will, but that to us means that we have more of these temptations and choices. They don't have that. So many temptations and choices. Their will, they automatically give back to the Trinity, and then the Trinity grants them the power to do this, and then they give their will back to here. So they're not, it's a tighter feedback loop kind of thing. That's what I'm envisioning there. So I think they have what we'd call free will, but in a more limited context. That will do it for today. That's good. Okay. We're going to look at these different groups individually, and it's going to be exciting. All right. Thank you. See you later. Bye.